Ladies and gentlemen, joining me now is a man that was screwed out of a couple things last year. The Pro Bowl, the Rookie of the Year, you name it, this guy didn't get it, but I believe it put a chip on his shoulder that was larger than before. All he did last year was show up and show out, an absolute animal on the football field, from underrated to all-pro in a matter of years. Ladies and gentlemen, the maniac, Darius Leonard. How's it going, man?
Going great, man. How are you?
How was your offseason?
It was wonderful. I mean, it was great kind of spend some time off. You know, it's been a long time since I had a break like that.
Yeah, because when you're in college, you got off-season workouts. When you're in high school, you got off-season workouts. Mm-hmm. Then they hand you a bunch of money. You have a long season, and then you got nothing to do for a while. Mm-hmm. Did you do anything sweet?
Nah, just relax, man. My body was kind of beat up from the season, you know, coming from playing 10 games and playing, 17, 18 games. The body definitely took a toll, so I wanted to take some time off and just relax a little bit.
Everybody says that from your first year to your second year, you make the biggest jump. I don't know how it would be possible for you with what you did in your first year. What are some things you worked on in the offseason to become a better football player?
I'm definitely getting off blocks quicker. I feel like last year when it was a downhill play, I tend to stay on blocks a lot, so I worked on using my hands a whole lot more and kind of using my speed to make more plays.
Did you struggle with anything? It didn't look like you struggled much last year.
I had watching all my bad plays my first day back, I seen a lot of things that humbled me coming downhill, or if it was in coverage, getting beat on the grab route. So just things that I needed to work on in certain things.
Are you going to be better? You're going to be better this year.
That's the plan.
I don't understand how it's even possible. How's the family? I see the beautiful bride. I see a baby over there. You got a lot of things. You're becoming a full-blown adult.
Oh, yeah, man. It's great, man, especially having a newborn and finally having my wedding over the break definitely was a great thing. So now it's more of a family thing now. So it's definitely giving me a bigger chip on my shoulder to go out and play and compete for not just me but for my family.
When you saw your baby for the first time, everybody says there's this moment where it's like you never know how much you can care for something until you see the baby.
Man, my first time laying eyes on Mia, it was definitely it was indescribable, man. It's like if it felt like an angel was right there in front of me, I didn't want to let her go. And it sucks now because she's a newborn and we in camp, so I haven't seen her in about 2.5 weeks, so it definitely sucks for not being able to see her.
Well, the good news now is your baby's right over there, and you're forced to do this interview, so you can't see her. So that's even better. I'm happy I could do that for you. T.Y. said, and I quote, "This is the humblest team he's ever been around." The locker room seems to be one that's really coming together nicely. Mm-hmm. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, without a doubt, man. We don't have any guy that's going to come in and say, I was the reason why we did this, or come in and say, I was the reason we made this big play. It's always a team thing, and once we make a big play, that guy is quick to say it was a team effort because, I mean, you can't do anything without them 10 other guys on the field, and we always talk about being a team, and that's one thing we take pride in, of being a team, and our locker room is great. So we really feel like we hit the jackpot with our locker room.
Your locker room got to take on another locker room today at practice. I was impressed by the lack of fights, which is normally something that happens, especially this late in the training camp, right? This late in the training camp, tensions are high. There's a lot of things. It's hot as hell. I was sweating walking around out there. Was there an emphasis by coaches like, hey, let's not do anything stupid, let's get better?
Yeah, I mean, we're talking about it, man. We're coming out. We're definitely going to compete. I mean, we talk about competing day in and day out, but we got to look at it as working with each other. You know, even though they're playing for the opposing team, but we're coming out, they're giving us a look, we're giving them a look, but we both working on each other's crafts, and he basically said, I mean, we're no fighting. I mean, that last year fight, we can't go out and do that again, so we definitely took.
You guys fought last year?
Yeah, against the Ravens, so he said.
Was it awesome? You didn't get shots on
Yeah, I mean, it was great, you know. it was always a good time.
The team looks like it's very much stacked this year. I mean, it's a fun team to watch. The defense is going to have a lot more pressure on it, I think, than it ever has because of the expectations that almost you have set, right? The precedent has been set that you guys are a good defensive team. A lot of question marks around the offense, obviously, with Andrew Luck. Do you guys worry about any of that, or are you just worried about getting better on your side?
No, not at all, man. We always had that laser-eye focus, man. We always talking about coming in day out and getting 1% better and coming out competing. Coming out to 1% better?
Yeah, 1-0 and 1% better. That's kind of the
1% better, man. when you come out to practice, you don't go out and say, I'm going to go get better at 5 or 6 different things. You come out, you pick one thing that you saw on film, and that's what you work on, and that's that 1%. And once you win that 1%, that's when you talk about 1-0. You come out and compete day in and day out, and if you win every rep that you do, even if you lose, you finish. So that's all we talk about 1-0.
So it kind of simplifies everything, huh? Kind of simplifies everything.
Oh, yeah.
Who's that guy? Is he good at football?
Yeah, man, that's Pascal, man. I always talk trash to him a little bit. We always compete. He took a little cheap shot on me day before yesterday, so I'm looking forward to getting him back.
Just a heads up, Pascal, that ass is about to get smoked. Do you get a chance to ever sit back? I mean, you're in the middle of it right now, so this is a hard question to ask. And maybe you did it this offseason. Do you know how legendary your rookie year was last year?
Yeah.
Like your friends and family. Like whenever you're at home, because you're a country dude, right? You live literally out in the middle of nowhere. I see your posts. You live in the middle of nowhere out there. When you get around, maybe it's a bonfire, maybe you're with your friends and family. Was there ever a conversation that was like, hey, man, you balled last year?
Yeah, man, especially, I mean, not even from like the adults, man. It was just the kids. I mean, it was great seeing, like, going back to the high school or the elementary school, seeing them in 53 jerseys around everywhere and just saying how good of a job I'm doing and them saying that I was their role model. Because, I mean, coming from a small town, going to a small school, you don't expect that. You expect coming back seeing, like, the big-time namers jerseys. But for me to see my number going back and saying that I did a great job, so that means I'm doing something right.
Well, you do a lot of things right. I can't wait to watch you the second year. Go enjoy your baby. Go enjoy your wife there. I'm happy you didn't fight anybody today, even though you beat the hell out of some Ravens last year. You're an incredible dude. I can't wait to watch you. Congrats on all your success. Do you hate that white dude from the Cowboys?
No, I don't hate nobody, man. Hate is a strong word.
I hate
man.
him for you.
I'm just a competitor, man. They said anybody the best, you know. If you want to be the best, you got to go out and compete against the best. So I go out every day.
Be the man.
You got to beat the man.
Let's go.
Yes,
I appreciate you, man. Good luck this year. Darius Leonard, ladies and gentlemen.